My name is Láng. I'm a precision agriculture and soil science consultant, and we started this farming operation last year, so it's a new operation. We are standing on a 23-hectare field, which is mainly, or I would say 100% covered by a very sandy soil. It's an arenosol, so it has all the issues with the water part. So it has been cultivated in a conventional way, so it was a plowed system, mostly crops. And when we took over, we changed it to an organic farming operation. We stopped all the deep soil works, so basically the soil preparation is an ultra shallow soil preparation, and we started to test technologies which are not commonly used in the country or maybe in the region, like agroforestry system with an orchard, and for example the SDI irrigation system, which we are going to talk about. So for irrigation we choose the SDI, the subsurface drip irrigation system, because as I mentioned, this is a very sandy soil and it gets really hot during the summer days, especially if it's not covered by vegetation or mulch. So to save water, we selected something which is not irrigating from the surface down, but it's in a subsurface location. So in this setup we have the drip irrigation system at around 20 centimeters. So we are irrigating from that depth, and since it's a sandy soil, water mainly moves downwards, so there is not a lot of lift in the water. So especially for the orchard, where we are mainly now using this technology, it's a perfect technology for us, and it also saves a lot of water since it's drip one. So that was the main reason. So I'm not an irrigation expert, so the only thing we knew about the area is the pump properties, basically. So we knew how much water we can pump out in an hour, and basically I asked for the full service, I would say. So not only the technology, but also the planning phase and also supervision during the operation. So basically that's how we started. We discussed the area, how much surface we want to irrigate, and then the guys planned it properly and then provided us the list of equipment we would need. They delivered it on time, and then we just started to put it together by ourselves, and we also got a supervision during that process, whether we are doing everything promptly, so we can operate it on a long term. It was very important for us to get everything from the same place, not only the planning but also all the pipes and parts, because we had a short time frame to do this irrigation, because summer comes very quick here and it gets really hot, and also the location of the factory is very close to us, so it was just an easy way to get everything from the same place, and probably that's only the reason why we can get like a longer term supervision by the guys, because everything is from the company. The shortage of labor and the fact that we are not continuously here, because we are farming now a little bit remotely, it was very important for us to have a system which can be remotely operated, and we also got help in that, how we can design a system where we can irrigate different sections via smartphone, basically, and save on time, on travel time in our case, and also we don't need to hire someone to do the irrigation on a daily basis. So because we can, in the future, we can remotely operate it. I mean, in the near future, we can remotely operate it. We are just buying the last parts for that. It saves time, because we don't need to be in here to start the system and monitor the system. So it's time saving. We don't need to move equipment on the field. If it would be a surface irrigation, we would need to move things here and there. I don't know how much less we are using at the moment, because we just started irrigating during this summer, but I'm pretty sure that we can spare a lot of water, and with water also with energy, because the pump doesn't need to operate that much. During the installation, we got professional experience from Poliext, because I was also part of the contract, so it was obvious. But yeah, the guys were coming around. They were checking whether we are doing everything the right way. If I needed something to be changed, because that happened, because I had a different thing in my mind, they recalculated, redesigned, so we were able to do changes pretty quickly. And yeah, they were here checking and providing assistance. Actually, when we first started the pump, they were here and checking whether the filter station works well, all the water is flowing properly, and we have everything. So yeah, I got the full experience, I would say. Since we are doing an organic operation here, and it's also like a very shallow soil preparation, we expect a lot of rodents to be in the area. So we expect some issues with the system. Hopefully not, but I guess there will be issues. Because of the filter station, I hope other issues will not occur, but if we have any problem, I expect to have a good connection with the guys and receive assistance during finding these issues and fixing them as soon as possible, because we can't lose a day or two under these conditions in these sandy soils. So in the future, actually right now happening, we are planning to extend this operation. Currently we are doing 5.6 hectares with this irrigation system, but we are introducing it in another 1.2 hectares now, and then there will be more extensions in this part of the area. So we plan to introduce this irrigation system to all of the orchards basically. But I also started to think about that we are gonna introduce it for the croplands as well, because if I look around and it's just the beginning of summer, it's already super dry, so we have to find a way to keep crops alive as much as we can, besides having a technology which is introducing mulching, compost and other technologies to increase the soil health. In this area probably we'll need irrigation in many parts of the year. So yes, it is undergoing, and we plan to introduce most of the area. The initial cost of the subsurface drip irrigation system seems to be high if I just look at the numbers, but basically it's just the pipe and some connectors, while for the orchard, for example, if I want to do a surface or like an elevated drip irrigation, I need the poles, I need the wire, and so on and so on. So at the end, the cost is not that far in an orchard setup, I would say. For the croplands, surface irrigations, with the surface irrigation, we are losing a lot of water, and also energy. So in the future, water is going to be more and more expensive. That's what we expect. So I think changing to technologies which are better for our purses or budget, that's really important. And also, I believe that this subsurface drip irrigation is much better for a soil quality perspective, because most of these surface irrigations, they are really damaging the soil structure. So that's another perspective. Of course, there are difficulties, for example, for plowing. If someone is still applying plowing, we need to put it deeper. But I think the initial cost might be somewhat higher, but it's gonna balance it out very easily, because we are irrigating the root zone, and it's much more easier for the plants to pick it up. And also, if it's combined with fertigation, and we can put the fertilizer or the nutrients to the root zone, that is much better, because we can see that rains are unexpected, so we can apply the fertilizers on the surface, but it might just not reach the root zone at all. So there are a lot of pros. Of course there are cons as well, but I believe that is a future technology. And if we look to the Midwest, I would say, like a Middle East, I would say, where the technology is basically coming from, I mean, that's the only way they can survive. So I think it shouldn't be the future. This technology shouldn't be the future, it should be the present.